And hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So, today's going to be an extra long one. We've got, technically, I think we've got 5 hours.
Oh, yes.
Are we playing until 6? Is that correct? So,
Right.
this one's going to be
Yes.
an extra one, which is great for the first fully jungle episode of this campaign. So, that's going to be good. Um, I trust you guys are all ready.
Oh, yes.
Watered and
Yes,
fed.
we are.
Watered and fed, yes. Grab your water.
We
It's
had
getting
we had a few episodes to prepare.
that is true. Speaking of preparations, something that you had struck interest in a couple episodes ago, but during the shopping we forgot. If you got there are currently, if you wanted +1 shields, +1 ikluas, or +1 daggers, those are available. Um, as
And not too
mentioned,
much of a rip-off. A
and
bit, but not too much of
yeah.
one.
So if you guys are interested and can actually wield them, they are available. The Iklua is a it's a D8 simple weapon that technically can be thrown at disadvantage. The dagger is a dagger, and the shield, well, is a +1 shield. Except that these are, instead of being metal, these are wood and hide shields. So
Okay.
think Maasai or not Maasai, yeah, Maasai or Zulu shields.
Okay.
So we have now Gale with a very colorful
Shield.
shield in front of her.
Probably took it in a blue team.
Mm. Yeah, maybe waves or something along
Yeah.
those lines. Yeah, okay. You can definitely. It would. What kind of? I wonder. Probably dinosaur hide.
Yeah. Makes
Um,
makes sense.
Dyed blue, so it's weird.
Or a blue dinosaur. I mean,
There are
they're
some.
colorful in Chult.
Yeah, maybe a sort of blue and gray patterns. Maybe a plesiosaur. What was the aquatic ones? Um, yeah,
Anyways.
the one with the. Is there anyone that is also interested in those goods? We can retroactively mention that you've bought them in town.
Ah,
Okay. No, nah. Okay. Okay then. So, recap from last time. Somebody want to put the recap on?
Wow. I'll do it.
Sure.
nice.
After receiving the marvelous results of last episode's dinner race, we finally decided on a plan about our departures for picking guides. And after having visited the temple of Savras,
Savras, yes.
Savras, yes. We had all the clues we needed. Well, uh, at least more clues and a general direction towards where we are going, and we were set picking Eku and Salida
Salida, yeah.
and Inete along the way.
Yes,
Yeah,
because when you have a choice to make, you said, why not both? We've
exactly.
got the money. We can buy both. Um, yeah.
We got some.
Yeah, you threw out some cash.
Well, time is of the essence,
Mm,
and that's not money.
mm. So, yes, you've decided to adopt Inete, the priestess of Savras, who wanted to have the acolyte of Savras, who absolutely wanted to go down and check out the Aldani Basin because of visions that she had of mages in red robes, and there was an urgency about those visions and dreams that she had, and so she wanted to go investigate. And she and well, despite Eku saying that the jungle was no place for a girl like her, you still said it's her choice, it's her moment. This is how her adventure will start, and hopefully will not end too quickly in a violent death. Um, Salida, who pretty much said, "Well, if you're not going to take me as a guide, I mean, I just want to tag along. Can I tag along?" And you decided, well, let's put her under contract because of that least at least that way um, she'll have to do what we say. You have so I just need to update. I don't know why I did not do this between sessions. But I would need to update your calendar to reflect the fact that you have paid 30 days.
Oh, right.
Because now you are going to have to, you're basically going into the, so as a, let's see, Waterdeep funds, here we go. I will put in, so can I ask somebody to put in the, so I'm going to color this light green, that like, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I am going, so you are all the way up to midwinter. You are good for up until the day of midwinter. The year of the purple dragon. And so can I have somebody every time you move forward just put an X or an event in the calendar, that way we can go.
I was doing that, so I
Oh,
can
you're doing
keep
that? Okay.
on doing it.
Okay, you're going to be taking care
Except
of
if
the
someone else wants to take responsibility, but
Well, I think if Jan, you're taking care of the funds,
I can track the
I mean,
calendar.
you can take care of the calendar. Okay, that way I don't have to deal with it. I'm very happy about that. So you
What
are,
are players for?
yeah, exactly. You are on the second day of the month of Hammer in the year 1493, the year of the Purple Dragon. You have just entered the jungle, and already something's there awaiting you. The something I forgot to mention, and this would be right before. So we go back a bit, we rewind a bit to in the scenes where as you're coming into the jungle, as you're approaching you're leaving the coastline and the bay of Port Nyanzaru, the large bay of Port Nyanzaru. The first thing that you notice as you're coming in towards this wall of trees is the smell. Vroondomon, as you're coming in, it's a welcome smell. This is something that I'm finally home. It is the smell of yeah, your birth environment, right? It's like coming home. It's when it's a familiar smell that's kind of comforting. For Gale, maybe it's a bit okay. The smell of adventure. You know that you're going in.
It
How do
smells like water. It's
it's
good.
so it's not it doesn't smell like water. It is the smell of the jungle is there's a sense of mostly rotting vegetation, right? This is you're leaving the salt behind, and you're coming into something much more earthy, much more, and it's very very strong. That wall of trees comes in with a wall of smells and sounds as well. Um, the temperature, the day has been hot and dry, which means that you've got the sun beating down on your heads. You, of course, thanks to your trident, are completely unfazed by this. But I want to know the two city people there. Uh, so Sorsha and Heinrich, as you come into this jungle and you are being assaulted literally by by this new environment, how do you react? What's your first impression?
Silently observing anything because I'm keeping the words of our guides that anything can kill you,
Yes.
but I will kill them first. So I'm looking everywhere, and you feel like an aura of uneasy over me, like, oh shit, this is real deal. Shit.
Yeah. As soon as you so yeah
Yeah, I think Sorsha would feel a bit oppressed, but in the same time, like puzzled because it's not a closed space. But in the same time, it's heavy, it's humid, and there's dark corners everywhere with unknown everywhere. So she would be very much on her toes and looking everywhere right now,
yeah,
kind of adapting.
this is very much an environment. At some point, you kind of feel a bit like there's a claustrophobia that is linked. Kind of reminds you of the Underdark in a way,
Mm.
because it's you have these the you realize the space is bigger than your sight. There is no way for you to see from one end to another because the barriers around you, the trees around you, it's permeable. As in, just behind a tree, you do not know what's going on, but there are things there. You can hear the sounds. There are the smells. It's oppressive. It's hanging down. The sheer atmosphere of it is weighing on you down. Um, and as mentioned at the cliffhanger of last episode, as you've barely moved into the jungle, that all you hear the thumping of fists on chests, and before you find the terrifying visage of two very large, very angry, very four-armed white gorillas or gorillians.
Oh god.
And thing is, as you're moving forward, as you're moving up the river, there is an inertia. If if you stop, you need to get past these basically. And there's the way that you are on this sort of on the river that you are going to have to pass them. As you come in, and let me move you to the actual map of the encounter. I believe it's this one. Yes. So I've changed the map. I've changed it a bit because I wanted to save the other map for something different. So here you go. As you're coming in, you notice. So for the purposes of this map, what you're seeing is what is on the ground floor. So on the ground, but you have to imagine that there's this canopy of trees around. So the Gorillion, fairly heavy as they are, they're very nimble. And so technically they could jump up about 20 feet above the water line. There is this canopy of trees and vines that are making sort of like a tunnel around the. So as long as they're up there, they can move around fairly quickly.
Okay, by the way, how high are they now? What's
They
the...
would be about 10 feet up, as they
Okay,
are standing on these columns on these rocks. It would take them about 10 feet to go up into the canopy and move about if they wished so.
okay.
Which, as you're looking at the musculature, you're pretty sure they could do in a jump. Let me just check. Yeah, pretty much. So as you're coming up, the first person to maybe notice this, so Gale, you had noticed this fairly quickly as you're putting down. Inete is sort of in it. You can see Inete's reaction is both on going, okay, what do I do? What do I do? How can I help? What do I do? Eku behind her is keeping calm, and she has there's a curse in a language that you don't understand, but you can hear the intent behind it. And she says, Giralons, they should not be this up towards the coast. This is a bad sign, but a good measure of your mettle. These must be destroyed before they come to Port Nyanzaru and bother people who cannot defend themselves. They must be destroyed.
Oh.
Salida pretty much is going, huh? Well, if that's not a good omen or bad, I don't know. Let's all have you roll initiative, please. As
Yeah.
they are thumping their chest, very much in a warding way, but you don't feel that there's any way you could avoid this confrontation.
Can select my token.
Can you? Can you not?
Yeah. No, I did right now.
Okay.
I forgot.
So just so you know,
Great.
just so you understand, the as it is, okay. I'm going to roll initiative for Selida. Okay. For Eku. Yeah, Eku. So they will okay. So basically
damn.
whenever they move, it's going to be by standard they're going to be moving 10 feet. So the boats are going to be moving 10 feet. However, on their turn, they can decide um, on your on your instructions to either go faster, then they'll move 15, or to move slower and they'll move only 5. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Okay.
It seems I did not have my token selected.
Okay, well, you know the
so I'm
rules.
not.
So re-roll that.
That's much worse.
what had you rolled? Yeah, okay.
17.
Well, you're still acting before them, so. So actually the first two to go. So Sorsha, you're the very first one to go. As I will give you
Yeah.
initiative over my NPCs. Oh, and I need to roll for Inete. Yes, that is true.
So I'll cast. And I'll cast Phantasmal Fall.
Okay.
And because I don't want us to confront both of them in the same time,
Fair enough.
so I'll make an illusion of one of them getting tied up and enchevêtré,
Yeah, restrained,
Entangled.
entangled,
restrained in ropes or
vine.
vines, and yeah.
Don't remember if your if your illusion, phantasmal force creates does damage. They will receive
They
psychic
will get
damage.
the damage.
So if you say, for example, that it's being wrapped up in a constrictor snake, you
Oh,
will
yeah.
get the restrained, and you will technically also get the psychic damage that goes along with it. So
Let's go for that.
yeah, and this is I should, as a GM, I am generous, and therefore I give you the little tricks and trades. But I think that as a bard, you should know these things.
It's my first time using that spell, so.
Didn't you use it? No, Phantasmal Force. Did you use it to make somebody blind?
Oh yes, once with demons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my second day.
So which one are you targeting then?
The farthest.
So this one right here, the one at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. So yep. Throw the spell.
I thrown it. It's DC 15. It's intelligence. Good luck of them.
They have a -3. I did not know that you could roll a -2.
Oh shit.
As in, he rolled a critical fail, and that's a -3. So that is the lowest that I've ever seen the dice go. So yes, he is. I'm gonna put it in the
Battling a phantasmal boa constrictor.
Yes, he's fine. Yeah, you can roll for the spell. Let's see. What can I?
Uh,
Let's just do this. Nice, and it's
Nice.
fantastic. Nice.
Six.
Okay, so -6. As in your mind's eye, and as well as his, a giant constrictor snake rushes from falls from the canopy, starts wrapping into, and so you see him sort of moving about and fighting this imaginary snake. His buddy seems a bit confused. But that's going to be their turn, and he gets a save at the end of every turn. Is that it?
Yes. I think
Okay.
he does.
And you are in concentration. Um,
No, he doesn't.
it just happens.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, Phantasmal Force, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Wait, 9. No, this would be 10. Come on. Okay, and that's a very good start. That's a very good start. Okay, so snake hugs. Snake hugs, best hugs. So, on Eku and Selida's turn, what are you saying? Are we going faster? Are we going slower?
I would say let's keep them at the distance, go slower.
Yeah.
Slower? So 5
Yeah.
feet? Okay, just following the current. There we go. That is Eku and Selida. Heinrich, you're up.
Well, I'm gonna point to that little buddy, and I'm gonna use a new feature of mine:
Okay.
momentary stasis.
Okay.
You can make a Constitution saving throw of DC 16. Unless the saving throw is a success, the creature is encased in a field of magical energy until the end of your next turn, or until the creature takes any damage. While encased in this way, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
Okay.
And if it succeeds, I will directly use Chronal Shift.
So with the Constitution, they do have a +3 because that is basically there. He gets a 17.
Chronal Shift
Chronal
again.
Shift. I'll re-roll. That's a 14.
Fails. Is now the moment you see Heinrich actually snaps his finger, and you see that he's frozen in time, but like less stronger than a whole person, but you're like and 0 speed.
Okay, so they cannot move.
They cannot move. They're incapacitated.
They're incapacitated. Okay.
I'm gonna see again that I use the used word.
And then how
Yes.
long does that last? Just until the end of your turn next?
No, until the next turn. So when it's my turn again,
Yeah.
at the end of that, then it
Yeah, so
fizzles.
at the end of your next turn. Okay.
Yeah. So guys, enjoy. We have 2 creatures who are
So Inete is basically saying, what should I do? What Eku is saying, do not bother yourself. Do not jump out of the basically. Do not jump out of the boat. Stay safe. You stay here. Let these ones deal with it. But she is still going to. There is a let's see. Yes, there is a bout of flame that comes into her hands, and she flings it at the first one here. She's gonna do Sacred Flame, which of course meaning that the person being completely restrained means that they automatically fail. So that is 5 radiant damage. As thank you.
Yeah, and there was the one I used the spell on, right?
Yes, as in the closest one to her.
It goes away because it is until it takes any damage.
Ah, okay. Well, I did not know that. Inete didn't know that.
It's okay.
So, but there's definitely a moment where you see the gradient sort of seize up, and then poof, there's a flash of a burn. Okay. Vroon.
I think Rune, because he's like still a bit far away. Let's see how far. What's the range? Oh, 120 feet. Rune is going to cast a guiding bolt
Ooh.
on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so the one that just got illuminated by Inete.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't want to jump out of the boat just yet.
Actually, I completely forgot. I have not put I have not put the spectators onto the scene. So let's do that right here. There we go. Guiding bolt. A 13 is just enough.
Oof. One. How do I?
So just hit the
Yep.
there we go. 21. Nice.
Hallelujah. Oh,
Uh,
damn. That was beautiful.
That's a very good shot indeed.
And the next deck, of course, has advantage.
Yes, he is illuminated. It's going to be their turn. So this one is pretty much out of combat. Let's see. So they were not intentionally hostile at first, but now they definitely are.
That's fine.
So he's going to move up. He's going to move up 10 feet. And move another 30 towards you, as he's basically 20 feet above you. And I think that he's going to try and drop
Oh, shit.
himself.
Hey!
No, I think what he's going to do is, yeah, he's. I'm going to put him at a disadvantage. He's trying to swing and swipe at you, basically. So I'm going to put him at disadvantage because he's basically swinging down and trying to hit you. Um, Mostly against yeah, I think it's the first canoe. So yeah, just the first canoe. So I think it's going to be Gale. You know what? I think I'm going to go with all four of you like this. And
How
I
many
think
attacks does that thing have?
Too many.
that thing has 5 attacks.
Sweet
So you get
mother of...
so I'm going to put Gale, Claw. That's an 11.
Nope. Shield goes up.
Heinrich. That's an 8 because disadvantage. Unfortunately, Inete gets the big with 6, so she gets hit with 6
Chronal
because
shift.
Chronal shift.
Yeah, we're protecting our NPC.
I'm just saying that he has a plus 6 to hit. She has an AC of 10.
Never mind. Never mind.
So
learning experience.
Okay, learning experience. Okay. There's gonna be a claw attack against Eku, which is a critical fail. And let's see, I'm gonna roll a d4 to see who he bites. 1, 2, 3. So that is Inete.
Again?
Yep.
Oh god. Welcome to adventuring in Yete.
And it's a miss. It's actually a miss.
She probably ducked.
Yeah, probably the first hit got her square. She gets thrown underneath the to the ground, and the Grillin misses at that point. And sort of he's there still hanging up in the trees above. Gale, you are up.
Okay, well, he made it easy for me to choose what I'm gonna do. Let's um, let's slap him with a, well, actually, yeah, I might not want something that gives him a Constitution saving throw.
Maybe not. You do have advantage on the hit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's marked by the
bolt.
guiding bolt.
Oh yeah, right.
Yes.
So oh, I could also. Well, no. I'm gonna just yeah, throw another guiding bolt at him so
Okay.
that we continue marking
Okay.
him. However, yeah, second level.
Second level guiding bolt. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so technically he is, I'm going to put in here. So, yes, so that is nice. Actually, they have, yeah, the claw attack has reached 10 feet. So I shouldn't, actually, those shouldn't have been at disadvantage, but no worries.
Oh, okay.
So he is at 10 feet from you. 14 damage. Yes.
And I'm going to call up my spiritual weapon as a bonus action.
Okay. Let me go get that then. Here we go. Library, character tokens.
Because I still have advantage to hit. Well, yeah, that's a straight 18, but.
Up. And let's give you. There you are. Go. Okay, there we go. And so, what did you? What was it?
18 for 7
for
force
7.
damage.
Yep. Okay, -7. No, I don't think you can cast. You cast guiding bolt, which is not a cantrip, so you
Okay,
can't.
no, right. You are entirely right. So
No.
forget about my spiritual weapon.
Well, I'll put it up here in the corner for now.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure it's going to come up next time. So the guiding bolt. Sorsha, you're up. You were still
So
concentrating on the Gorillion down there.
yes, and while I'm concentrating, I'll just warm up my voice and go ooh, and Toll of the Dead again.
Toll the Dead. Okay, go ahead. Wisdom saving throw. I don't think these things are very wise.
And
That's an
chip
11.
damage.
Hmm?
And I made chip damage. Usually I make more.
-7. Yeah, that's not a very good. That's not a very good one. That's definitely under. So technically, it is not an attack. So the advantage still stays. So, Eku and Salida, are you asking them to move forward, or asking them to stay? What's the? I think Eku is probably going to go forward.
Yes.
Salida is
Yeah.
going. So I'll have them
Let's
move
get
15 feet.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, Heinrich.
All right. From here to here, that's 10 feet, right?
So don't forget he's up about 20 feet.
Yeah, of course. So, oh yeah, that's gonna be,
So he's about 10. So the thing is, he's holding on to a canopy which is 20 feet above you.
Mhm.
So technically, he's within 10 feet of your heads, which is why he's been sniping you.
If I use my spell Summon Fey, can I summon it also in the canopy at the same time?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, technically, yeah. You want to summon your Fae?
Oh yes.
Okay. Okay, just give me a second. Let me go get you. Oh, I need to go.
And I shall take Mirthful.
Mirthful. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm gonna.
Because
So the mirthful. Ah, is it? Wait, is this? Wait, I did. Is this the mirthful? No, I believe that this. Oh, that's the tricksty. This is the mirthful. Yes. So this is the mirthful. Okay.
Yep. And
So
I
describe how Well, actually, let me describe to you because you have no idea how this.
Yep.
You've only met the broker once, and not yet met the broker. So what happens is, as you pull out the gilded flower that and it is in its restful state, it is a closed bud of a sculpture. But as you start, it's is this a vocal?
I think
Yes,
so.
vocal, somatic, and material. So as you're starting to mutter the words, invoking the name of the broker and the contract, the flower opens up, and it looks sort of like a seed of light bursts out and rushes to the point where you've invoked it, and this little creature suddenly appears. So for those looking at home and asking about what these things look like, there we go. These are illustrations taken from the game Feria. So
cute.
and technically used without permissions, so probably will be demonetized. But anyhow, I recommend the game. It's quite fun. Anyways, sponsorship over. We are not sponsored. And so what can it? So yes.
The fey creature can force one creature to sit within 10 feet to make a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC. And my spell save DC is 17. And if it succeeds, the target is charmed by you and the fey for 1 minute or until until the target takes any damage.
Okay. So this time you're saying Inete no.
Oh yeah, I'm like no.
So okay. So that's their bonus. So wait. First of all, contra it manifests. Okay. It shares your initiative count, but it takes its turn immediately after yours. I'm going to add its turn. That way we don't forget it. Okay, there we go. 13. And yeah, so first let's finish your turn. So that was your action. And
do more.
right, and in combat, chase unit takes your turn. It obeys verbal commands. No action required by you. So you still have your bonus action.
I just look at it like, well, I don't know what your name is, but we're gonna be best friends. Can you keep him busy, please? Because we don't want to die.
Yeah. So
Thanks,
basically,
and
yeah. So the first time it sort of appears in your hands, it's this very small creature, sort of putting onto the sort of appearing on the boat. Inete has a starts and she has this a word. I think she says chewinga, and Eku just sort of shakes her head. And as Heinrich, you mentioned can you please go distract the thing? The broker sort of nods and poof, disappears up into the canopy. That's when it does the because so it needs as a bonus action to teleport up to 30 feet.
Yep.
So wisdom saving throw.
DC 17, and if it succeeds, chronal shift anyway, so it can just go away.
That's actually a 20.
Chronal shift.
That's a 7. It is
Success!
therefore charmed. And for the Fae for 1 minute or until the so
Send it away! Send it away! Shoo! Shoo! Shoo!
so many trackers. Okay.
Fail up.
Um, Inete is pretty much so that's the broker. So the broker, he's not going to attack, of course.
No.
Um,
If the creature is done, I will even try to bring it a bit to me, to so it can protect us if the creature, if one of the creatures
yeah,
or another creature would
I think
follow
that
us.
well, I think that's its movement. It's going to be staying next to its big big gorilla friend. So technically, is charmed by you and the Fae. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So right. Inete is going to hold her action. She's not going to do anything. She's
She could heal herself, but
yeah. Actually, she might just do that. Yes, cure wounds.
She got smacked in the face by a monkey. Jesus, heal yourself, indeed.
This would be level 1. That's 5 hit points. As she puts her hand, has a prayer to Savras, and Vroon, it's your turn.
I'm going to do more of the same. Cast another guiding bolt. This time
Okay.
I'm just do it level 1.
Against who?
The one that's closest to us.
It's still charmed. Don't forget
Oh, right.
that.
Right. Good point.
however, the
I
phantasmal force
will
on
hit
this one will rationalize anything you throw at him.
Right.
That is true.
No, the other one then.
Oh, by the way, Sorsha, I forgot to ask you. Could you please roll another d6 for me? Because
Yeah.
you're still
I
concentrating on that
can
one.
do that.
Okay, -2. Okay, thank you. So guiding bolt on the
A 21.
okay,
That should
21.
hit.
That does definitely hit. -14. So probably in his mind's eye, the snake bites down on his shoulder, and that's where the impact of the guiding bolt hits. Okay.
That's
What is? I need to see what does the charm status do? Just so that I know. Charmed. Can attack the target or target the charmer with harmful abilities. Right. So the thing is, it will not. Yeah, I think that the brokered is going to basically be muttering in some obscure language and keeping it occupied. So this one is not. So basically, they're gonna pass their turn. Basically, Gale, you're up. By the way, this Gorillion here is very, very, very hurt.
As you look, as a shadow appears above your head, you look up, and the beautiful sunny sky is marred by a dark cloud coming up.
Okay.
Take umbrella.
Oh, an umbrella is not going to protect you from this.
Yeah, so you're still not deep into the jungle, which means that there is some light coming down. Okay.
And ignore the damage.
Ignore the damage?
Because it's maximum.
Okay. So who are you dropping that down on?
On the charmed one. On the
one over here?
phantasmal. Yeah.
Okay. So
one.
what is the
So the radius, let's start with the radius of the cloud, because I can call lightning anywhere underneath that cloud, is a 60-foot radius.
Yeah, so it's the whole map.
Yeah, basically.
It's the whole map.
Jesus.
And the cloud is 10 feet tall, if that's of any interest. So
yeah, so what? It's 60 foot. It's a 60-foot radius, correct?
Yes.
So this is 120 feet. Yeah. So it's the whole map.
So I'm in concentration.
Yep.
And this one just got cast at 3rd level, so that is wait a minute. 3d10 damage, maximum damaged.
So that's minus
Well,
30.
yes, he can do a DC 16 dexterity saving throw, but I don't think that's relevant in this case.
I'm going to consider him as.
Oh damn.
I'm going to give him his dex save because technically he's not really restrained.
Mm-hmm.
But doesn't matter. It's a 10, so he takes 30 damage.
Oof.
Yes, it's and that extra lightning damage is if there was already cloud cover. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So since you called in the cloud cover, it is not.
Yeah. No.
So you raise your hammer, trident over your head. The storm clouds gather above, and this lightning strike comes down, hitting him for 30. Jesus Christ. He probably tumbles to the floor as if he was going to he was on the pillar. He said, yeah, tumbles down to the floor. He's still struggling. There's this seep of electricity as his whole thing stutters, and then all of a sudden he comes back into to working. This is very much a Kong versus Godzilla moment for him.
Yeah.
Sorsha, you're up.
Yes. I'm gonna sing back again.
Okay.
Hopefully this do more than
10. Okay.
a bit more.
Minus 10. On who on that? On who are you doing that?
The huggy, snaky.
Okay, so on your
one.
target. Okay,
Yeah.
so he's
Yeah.
down. He does not come. He as he drops, he's struggling with the electricity, with the shock of lightning, the snake around him, and as you toll the bell on him, he stops moving. That's it for him.
That's my first requiem.
Yes, absolutely,
Nice.
absolutely. So Snake Hugs is done. Eku and Salida. Eku is going to move. Is going to try and
We
move.
can move forward. We
move
definitely
forward.
can move forward. Yes.
15. There we go. However, Salida has put down the ore, has grabbed a bow, and is going to fire on twice. So that is okay. So that's a
Yeah, of course,
21.
she's shooting poisoned arrows.
So that's a 21. So that's minus 6. And the second one downs the creature
Okay.
with was it 21 damage. Yeah. So the gorillin's corpse just drop the 2 hours the 2 arrows sink into its hide. It drops into the water with a splash, and you can see as you're moving past it the body of it sort of floating up. And the brokered, hanging on to one of the vines, sort of waves it goodbye. And I think it will probably because we're out of initiative right now. It's with you for an hour, Heinrich, I believe.
Yep.
So unless it looks to you underneath this little sort of horned mask and apparates next to you, pretty much going and looks at you expectantly, going, "Okay, what next, boss?"
Uh, imagine like a kid that discovers a new friend. I literally take the little guy in my arms and I'm like, oh my god, thank you, thank you, thank you.
It please make me a please make me a charisma, just your charisma check.
Oh god,
Question,
I have.
Heinrich. Are you thinking a fae?
Yeah, that was my reflection too.
About what?
Are you
Thanking
he
a
really
fate.
thanking a fate?
Yes, are you thanking the Fae? Yeah.
I'm thanking the Fae, yes.
Yeah, so the creature sort of looks at you, and as you try to hug it, it apparates. It sort of pops just away, just beyond your reach. Most likely on either sort of maybe just in front of Gale, and sort of looks at you, and with a shake of the head, is all going. Is sort of making you understand that's not part of the contract, boy.
It says, oh
Does
well,
it actually
manners.
speak? Does it have a
It can
language?
speak. It can speak normally. I'll
Face
check quickly.
spirit. Language Sylvan and understands. Do you understand Sylvan?
I do.
Yes, I do,
You
but I
do.
will speak in Celestial against it.
Okay. So it understands you, but in Sylvan it replies. Um. Wait. Oh no, this is the mirthful, right?
Mhm.
So let's see. What is the definition? Mirthful. Joyous. Yeah, so it probably has this sort of there's a laugh, and he said, and as the creature says, "Woo," in Sylvan, don't think to start something that you can't finish there, boy.
I smirk and I answer in Sylvan. I said maybe next time, and I'll I snap my fingers and I'll send it away.
And so as you snap, it goes whoop, it sort of claps once, jumps up, claps, and disappears.
Maybe next time, huh? I didn't know you were into fate.
I just focus straightforward, and it's like, do I sense some jealousy, Sorsha?
Well, I'm just discovering new facets of yours.
Yeah, someone had a heavy room.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Well, I am not. You have many things to discover of me, but who knows with time.
Maybe.
For Gale, who's literally if she turns her head for a second, you just see like a little sweat, like a bead of sweat, like it actually worked. Holy shit! But I'm just looking forward to be like, keep her cool. You did something cool. You did something cool. Shut the fuck up. Just go forward. Come on, come on.
And as Heinrich and Sorsha have that interaction, Gil just puts down her trident, and the clouds disappear above your heads.
Well, sometimes you scare me a lot. You know that.
Huh?
It's a sunny day. You literally summon thunder like out of nothing. How amazing is that?
Well, that's the hand of Valkyr.
Jesus. And you see him. Vroon, are you okay?
We are fine. We were not attacked, remember?
Yeah, but still asking if you're okay. You know, like common decency. You know.
Yeah, I think the
Question is
one.
more, is everyone okay on your boat?
I'll look back at Inete and say, Inete, you good? But as the GM is not there
I'm here.
for a
I'm here.
minute, yeah, okay.
Ineta goes, well, that was a first experience, but tell me not the Tell me this is not what we're going to be facing every day. And Echo
Oh, there's a
behind her,
possibility.
sort of nods and says, "The jungle has quite the welcome for you, young one. But I can see that these people can handle themselves, and well." And she has a look to Salida and says, "And all of us here are quite capable."
Ooh, compliments.
Yeah. So as you head out for the rest of the day, um, the dark cloud gale. How long does it follow you? Does it?
No, it's a 10-minute concentration
Right.
spell, and I release it because I'm not gonna keep it above our heads for well, except if the others want an umbrella for 10 minutes, but
I
We have
think
the canopy.
I think Eku looks to you and says, hmm, "I do not know how the jungle will feel about you changing things as is, but your power of the elements is impressive."
I release the cloud almost immediately because I don't want any creatures to be able to track us just because of a giant cloud.
Mm.
True that, true that.
As you make your way through the rest of the day, you find yourself in camp. So let's put you back on the landing page while I prepare for the rest.
While in camp, I wanted to ask you if I could summon Leral back to its original form, since we are not in a city anymore.
Okay. So let's play that out. So let's play that out. I am going to ask all of you. I just want to check something here. Okay, so I'm going to put you onto the map here. Let me just. Actually, wait. Let me just clear this out. Okay. So just so you know, you can very much have up to 3 events. Let's put it that way. So don't
Per day.
per day. So don't go don't waste all of your spells just in one battle. Let's put it that way. And don't forget about the rules about inspiration that we
Yes.
had come up.
Camp scenes.
Right, camp scenes. So as you, the rest of the day is harrowing, mostly because you need to get used to the heat. But fortunately, Heinrich and Sorsha, you're not that involved with the canoeing. So while the two of you are the most susceptible to the heat, fortunately, but it's still a long ride being in a small canoe with not much to do, um, and unfortunately, and your guides being concentrated on the river, being concentrated on navigating it, are not of a great conversation anyways. And Inette is a bit spooked by her experience. So I'm going to move you to the campsite. There we go. So, as you've noticed, I've set up the campfire. I've set up the dome. Um, Set yourselves where you might be beforehand, and then we'll see about watches and that whole thing.
But that's weird. I think the NPCs are
They're
very, very much emitting shade
yes,
because we
because they
can't
are
even see them.
because they are in the tents.
Oh, okay.
There is a pair of
That's the
tents
tent.
here. As none of these 3 NPCs is going to be maybe Inete, if you convince her, but they are not going to be entering the dome. Let's put it that way. At least
Okay.
Eku and Selida are feeling. Eku and Selida go, that is too cold for us. That is northerner comfort. And Eku is fairly well. I mean, we can play the scene out.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, that's a camp scene I actually want to
okay.
play out because it would be the first time they see me open the portable hole too.
Oh, interesting. Okay. No, it wouldn't have been. Or did you pull out the because you've already had one night, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, right. So
Um,
yeah, okay.
as I mentioned, it's Eku was going. Where are all the stuff? Where is all the stuff? And then
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then you start
Yeah.
unfurling the whole thing, and Salida is saying, "Oh, that is neat. That is a neat trick. I am going to have to buy one of these. Where did you find this? Is this Otamu? The Wakanda, Wakanga, Otamu sell these? Where can I?" And she's very interested with the gadgets that you guys
Yeah.
are pulling out. By the way, speaking of, um, anything I know that I know that you've done this, and I know it's logical, but just to remind everyone, anything in the bag of holding technically would take an action to pull out during combat. However, anything in the portable hole will need at least a minute for the. You need to find somewhere to place this portable hole, place it, unfurl it. It takes time. So anything
Yeah.
that is within the portable hole is not accessible in combat.
Combat. That's why in the portable hole there are the bedrolls, the
Right.
tents, the rations, the
Stuff that will take a while to.
Mm.
stuff to make camp.
Mhm. Okay, so you unfurl the portable hole, start taking out the stuff.
Yeah.
So Heinrich, I put the bubble there, but it'll come up later.
Mhm.
Um, so basically, what happens is you set up camp. Inete is sort of pondering. There's a the bit of a prayer to Savras as she's trying to maybe reconnect with the visions, trying to see to get confirmation. Salida is a chatterbox, talking about this, about that, about asking where you are from. And Eku is a bit more professional as she organizes the camp, goes into the jungle, gets wood for the fire, and so forth.
I'll probably be helping Eku.
Okay. So as you set out,
Yeah.
um, Eku says, "Thank you. That is a good reflex to have, even if I were not here. Never go into the jungle alone, even if it's just to catch wood."
That is always good to know. And well,
You you never know
a
when.
shared shore is a half a shore, so
True, but mostly you never know when a vine can become a snake.
also.
That was some impressive magic, divine. I think you are a priest.
Yes. Yes.
What are you doing here in Chult? This is not a place where your gods are found.
No, it
Gods are
isn't.
found everywhere.
True, but Vroon, you're not there. Unless you want to be. Do you want to be sort of? Is this maybe on the outskirts of as they're leaving into the canopy?
Thought
Maybe.
it was at the camp, but
Okay, no,
it's
no,
okay.
it can be. It can be. Yeah. So as Gale and Eku, you both of you sort of stand up to go get wood. Gale, you can, and this conversation is maybe just outside the perimeter of the camp, but Vroon, you can still hear the words, and so you shout out that the gods are found everywhere. To which Eku replies and says, "I would have expected no less from one of you, but Choltians know that the gods have abandoned them a long time ago. Uptao is no longer watching over these lands. We have had to adopt and be adopted by the gods from Amn." Inete has sort of this hum from going, "What? You dissing on my god?" Savras, and I think she pipes out, "Savras has helped our people." Eku replies and says, "Yes, Savras has helped our people become what they are now. Do you believe that is a good thing? Inette is sincerely shocked at that. And Salida puts her hand on Inette's shoulder and says, "Do not worry. That old fool. She has not adapted to modern times. She's from another age. That one. Do not take anything she says badly. Old folks." Hmm? Eku sort
How
of
old is
scoffs.
Eku?
Eku sort of scoffs and says, and sort of moves, sort of turns towards you, Gale. To say, okay, let's go get the wood before this gets
Yeah.
any further.
How old is she actually? Eku?
Let's see. She
'Cause
looks
on
to
her.
she looks to be about middle aged. So
Oh,
maybe
okay.
in her 40s.
Okay, because on her picture, I pictured her as the youngest one of the different guides.
Of Eku?
That.
No.
Okay.
Well, you know what they say, black don't break. But but no.
The
She's
look.
yeah. Yeah, I guess for a middle-aged woman, they treated her pretty well.
Okay.
No, she's in her 40s, maybe. She looks to be that.
Hmm.
Um,
And while we step into the canopy and get the wood, I'll say to Eku, well, this might not be his domain, but as long as I am here, I'm sure Valkor has an eye on here.
hmm. Well, that is the nature of gods, is it not? They walk now among people, as representatives, rather than being actually present. Makes their meddling maybe less.
Obvious.
Yes, but it is good that if your god can follow you in this terrible place, well then cherish him. But you find, just remember though, while some of the gods have abandoned this place, there are other things that are watching the jungle itself. And your storm there, how brief it may have been, well, attracts attention. Your friend, uh, Heinrich, the mage,
Mm-hmm.
at first I had found that he is one to be proud of his magics, is he not?
He is, and rightfully so.
Hmm. Well, it is a conversation to be had. There are many magics in this place, and some creatures have learned to adapt and even feed on it. It is good that he was more he was maybe more subtle in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
You are adventurers to be reckoned with. I understand that, and I feel a bit more comfortable. Well, bringing you, what was it, far south that you mentioned.
Far south,
Hmm.
yes.
Well, that is a conversation that we should have. Maybe see where exactly that you want. Now that we are out of prying ears and in the jungle, maybe we can talk about more precisely as it where you need to go and what is it you need to do.
I think so. Let's have this discussion at camp with
Mhm.
everyone.
So as you come back, while they're gone, Salida and Inete is a bit sort of sulking at the not the insult, but at least Salida is pitching up the tents. Um, Salida, now that you kind of see her in her element, while she kind of looked the part of a uh, maybe this is the kind of fit party girl back at Port Nyanzaru. The way she moves about the jungle and about the camp makes her very much betrays a seasoned adventurer, a seasoned explorer. As she'll go around, as she sets up the tent, and well, faster than any of you might be able to do so. Um, you can see she brushes off quickly anything that might be either poisonous of the plants around the poisonous, um, the ant hills, the whole thing. She's sort of she's got a very good eye for the surroundings, for the small inconveniences of the place that you found, and very quickly has started to set up the campfire and the cooking materials. Vroon, I'm guessing. I mean, these would be your supplies.
Right, yes.
So how do you react with that?
um, I mean, I will just. I'm sort of having a watchful eye and like, yes, well,
Do you, at any
uh,
point do you say no? That's my spit. Don't touch that. I know how to work it.
I'm not like I'm not being antagonistic. I'm sort of going like, okay, well, and like I'll show later that I know how to use this.
Okay. So she starts. You can see that she's starting to, without being told, she kind of has given her the task of setting this whole thing up, and you can see that she puts out the pot, starting to boil the water, to the whole thing. And as you're looking upon it, and sort of she turns to you and says, "Oh, am I taking someone's job?"
I usually take care of the foods.
Oh, please then. Hmm. I have never been fed by a luck beast before. I plan on enjoying the situation. Maybe I cook tomorrow. Yes,
Sure.
good. This troop, a strange one, a luck beast in armor, a woman who can call down the lightning, a mage, and she turns towards Sorsha and says, "A hypnotist? I think I saw what you did with that gorilla."
Actually, I would be incanting because Find Familiar is kind of a long
Okay.
spell to
Yeah. Okay.
cast.
Yeah. It's
So
10 minutes. Yeah.
I'm doing my stuff.
Okay.
So she's probably talking to herself right now.
Okay. And what is this one doing?
She's busy. Don't
So
mind her.
not only do you have yeah, so she has a look towards what you're doing. So describe to me. By the way, take off 10 gold from your expenses with regards to the herbs and incense and that whole thing. So how does yeah, tell us how you do this. And Heinrich, did you teach her this spell? Were you the one who taught her the spell?
Well, that's for her to decide.
Yeah.
Did I teach you the spell or not?
Though I can imagine that maybe for a bard it'd be more of a sing along, or if it's sort of a song, a
Yeah,
melody.
she
And when
would be singing in Undercommon. Yeah, Undercommon.
Oh, okay.
Then I have no clue what you're being sung.
Yeah. Does
Because
anybody know Undercommon?
I
Oh, of course you do, naturally.
I'm the
I
nerd of the group, you know.
Yeah.
I think she would be kind of a dance also, like an invitation and something a bit hypnotic.
Mm-hmm. So at what point does so you it he was well they were a crow up until now. So at what point is it you invoke him, he's in the circle, and then he shifts? Or do you just snap your fingers and he comes back as a um,
He wasn't invoked, so it would be him appearing as his gazer form.
okay.
Don't forget, you pay the gold if you want to change the form of a thing. So actually, from a crow that you said, it's actually transforming back to a gazer, right? If I
Yeah,
Yes.
but that does take gold as well.
Okay.
It's you're permanently shifting the if you're basically if you're changing the stat block, the base stat block of the familiar, that costs gold.
Okay.
If you happen to summon a familiar that can change shapes, that's something different.
Oh.
And so yeah, Laryl or Larry appears to join you. So I'm gonna put you right here. Let's see. Up, boop, and actually I'll put.
Welcome back, buddy.
I don't think it can. I don't think it can speak. But so yeah, let's put. Here we go. To back. There you go. And so yeah, so I'll put Eku and Gale to the side. Here we go. And so yeah, Salida would be next to the fire, sort of looking at across it, and she says, "There's a moment where she goes, she turns and says, 'What is that thing?'" As she exclaims, Laryl's eyes, who was main eye is focalized on you, Sorsha, but the a couple of the eye stalks sort of move to the side. What is that thing?
Hi, meet Laryl. It's my pet.
You have, and so Inete is eyes wide, as she might actually know what this thing is. Let's have a look. If she does, she's gonna get freaked. Uh, um, and no, she doesn't know a lot of things, but yeah, she knows what this thing is, and she scrambles behind and says, "What is this? How?" And Salida is applauding mostly about Inete's reaction than maybe the invocation.
Come on,
Um,
don't freak out. He's tame, mostly.
There's a
who
cat
are
inside.
Inete says, "I do not know if I have chosen well or I am in bigger trouble. I don't know if Savras is playing a trick on me or has put me exactly where I need to be." Salida says, "I have to agree. I have seen many groups. This one is definitely unique." What?
You don't know the half of it.
Well, if
I
we are
start to laugh.
if we are to be traveling together, I think it's interesting that we know each other. So please, if we don't know the half, tell us.
I'll snap my fingers and I'll summon Nugget on my lap.
So many pets, just so many pets.
And we're evolving from normal pets to NPCs. We're upgrading, guys. We're upgrading. Yeah.
Fair enough. Um. Oh,
I
gazing.
I
Here's
I
Nugget.
I, I kind of look at Heinrich and go like, "What are we showing off our animal companions now. Should I call Kumari?
It would be less of a shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually it is.
You want to summon Kumari?
Sure, yes.
Okay.
Yes!
go.
Let's go!
Full pet.
So out of the brush, and this time Salida, as the brush rustles were at the apparition of Kumari, Salida jumps to her. She has that sitting jump, as in a moment she's sitting down with her legs together, and the next she's already on her haunches, and she's reaching for her the bow, which has never left really her side, and she says, "No, do not tell me that one is yours as well."
Kumari.
At which point, Eku and Gale, I believe I'll have you rejoin at that point.
Yes.
And you realize that all of a sudden,
There's a
everybody's
menagerie.
here. There's a menagerie. Eku is looking about and going, "What is this?"
I'll say hi to Kumari, and then in a very nonchalant way, and then look at everyone and say, guys, I know you love your pets, but that's how many more mouths to feed?
I think Eku, while she Nugget and Laryl doesn't really, she doesn't, she sort of looks at them, but there's not really. She goes up to Kumari and definitely places a hand on the on Kumari's brow and sort of this yeah, and she says, "Ah, yes. Well, you four are full of surprises. Hmm. This will make a very interesting trip, I think. I think I.
And Leroy stay. We need those many eyes.
Hmm. I do not mind extra eyes as long as it does not bring too much trouble." Inete says, "Oh, Eku, I have heard things about this thing. They are feral. Having seen one in person and domesticated, I want to know this story." And Selida sits down and says, "Yes, please tell us." So,
Oh, story time then.
so yes, what's the story for tonight then?
Well,
Are you telling where you found Laryl?
yeah, but not with too many details as exactly where and exactly who.
Okay.
Just the descent in the lair,
Should I even ask you to make me a performance check?
as you would.
Make me a performance check.
Let's roll. Performance. Not that good.
Okay. So I think it's maybe because you're trying to embellish and hide away. It's still a good performance, but there's definitely
Maybe more because of the surroundings.
maybe
Trying not
yeah,
to
you're
make
not
too
exactly
much of us.
maybe it's because you're not. I mean, the others are sort of, they know the story, but your three the three that constitute the Republic are not maybe used to the same kind of story beats that the Sword Coast. So it's a different way of telling stories. Maybe that's why it doesn't maybe hit as much as the mark as usual. That's a very poor for performance by your
Yeah.
standards.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. So as time comes to close, what do you do with your pets? Do you blink them out? Do you keep them there? Do you?
I let Kumari go back.
Okay. So Kumara
I'll
disappears.
blink out
I-
also.
So Nugget disappears.
I give a little specific instruction.
Okay. And what would those be?
Stay around, don't pick a fight, and watch.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. So I'm going to re-put the dome into existence.
There is also a
Ah!
moment when I'm done. I'm gonna go to Sorsha, and I'm gonna politely, well, standing next to her, is like, you know, if you wanna say something to Caleb, I can pass the message also to reassure him a bit, also if you wish.
Oh,
I know that it's your family, and I know it's important for you, so I kept some of my magical energies free to at least help you with that.
well, that's unexpected. I appreciate.
Oh,
I Well, I was not expecting this, so I don't even know what to say. But if you could just say that so far so good, I think for now it will be enough.
start to
Plainly
do
enough.
start to do my movement and say, well, hey Caleb, I hope the bar is not burning down. um, well, Sorsha says so far so good. You should have seen her. She kicked ass of a monkey, big monkey with many arms. But still, hope you're doing fine, and until next time.
The answer comes back, and it says, you hear the norm. You hear the voice, so you know it's Caleb, but he's got
Mhm.
another voice. The
Ah,
voice
okay.
is female, maybe, um, uh, maybe late 50s. A bit there with maybe an air of nobility to the you kind of you it seems that you recognize the voice, but you're not exactly sure. There's a mixture between the magic telling you that it's Caleb and the voice, which is sounds familiar but from someone else. And he says, well, I have not been to a good tavern in some time. Politics are keeping me very busy these days. You understand, of course. But, well, I'm happy to hear that everything is going fine.
I just said, well, I just turned to Sasha with a very big smile. It's like, well, apparently he's on the job, doing politics, and sounded like someone I know from the nobility.
Caleb doing politics.
Yeah, it was a female voice. I had it was a female voice.
He must hate.
Uh, well,
But
just,
thank you.
just out of curiosity, can I try to remember which voice it is?
Sure.
Because
Make
now
me a
I'm
history
actually
check.
curious. Now I'm very curious.
How
Yeah, okay.
come?
So this is the voice that is I don't know if I'm going to give you a name because it doesn't have any incidents.
Yeah.
But the person that you're hearing is uh no of yeah no of course. Um, this is the person who came to you at the tavern
For money.
for money.
Oh wow.
Ooh, hidden
Oh.
knowledge of Waterdeep.
Uh, 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 I just said it like how with a voice like, wait, her? Oh, well,
I
okay.
can look up her name if you wish.
No, no, no,
No,
no.
it's alright.
Heinrich is more like, What? Poor man. Poor man. Oh, okay.
Well, they did say that they would impersonate important people so they wouldn't be targeted upon. So makes sense, especially if she's a hidden lord of Waterdeep.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that could help you to have some news. And you see him like half awake walk to the dome and just
And then
proof in the dome in the middle, like
Thanks
sleepy time.
again.
Wave in the air and give a nod to everyone and doze off in the dome in his sleeping bag.
And don't dream too much of little face.
Oh, I have something else to dream about.
I'll
so who's yeah. So the question is, oh yeah, okay, go ahead. And we'll discuss.
No,
We'll discuss.
I was just going to ask if the night settles in and we have eaten and everything is coming down, or where are we in the?
Yeah, things are coming down. So if you still want to have a
Okay.
conversation, no problem. And then we can move into the night shifts.
I'm just gonna look at the our two guides and ask if they want someone to take up a third shift over the night so that they could rest a bit more too.
Salida says, technically, you have paid for me as a guide. I usually I would need some rest, but if you want me to keep guard, I can. I will take a shift with someone. Eku nods and says, always watch with two heads and four eyes. Though I do not think this one was taken into account, pointing Laryl, when they wrote the expression.
Uh,
I would say Laryl is, with regards to Eku, there's Laryl doesn't like her. Has a tendency to avoid her or interacting. There's a doesn't the while with Salida and Inete, Laryl seems to enjoy in sort of going up to Inete like a cat who knows that about people who hate cats, you know. So plays around with her. Laryl still has that very sadistic streak that he had, and so well, Inete is that no, that thing doesn't come. Laryl will come up to her or surprise her, or and enjoy the uncomfort that he's provoking in Inete. He'll play with Salida, not a problem. Salida will sort of grab a piece of meat, jump, so tries to make him do tricks. Eku and Laryl, they don't not get along.
okay. So how are we planning the night shifts then?
So who's on?
Wake me up when you need to.
So who's on first shift?
I can take first shift.
Okay.
Maybe with either Salida or Eku.
Let's see. Maybe it would be Salida because
Okay.
she goes in. No, you sleep, Eku. You take the later one. Age before beauty, yes. Eku sort of scowls at her. Don't worry, I'll make sure this little one doesn't come to bother you. Pointing to Laryl. Okay. So, Sorsha, you're going to So, who's on? Again, who's on first watch? That would be Salida and Gale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take the second one.
Sorsha, who are you taking?
I don't know.
I would say maybe I think Inete. At some point, Inete comes out and says, she takes a second watch. Well, that's ominous.
I'll take the last one.
Okay, so So first is okay. So, make me you guys can make me a perception checks. Wait, let's move Laryl. What's Laryl's perception?
I don't
Perception
know
is
if
plus
it's
4.
that
Passive
high.
14. It's actually a passive 14. That's not bad. Plus
Yeah,
dark vision
okay.
60 feet. I mean, you've got a good little guard dog here. So let's see. So first watch, nothing happens. Second watch, let's see, nothing happens either. So third watch, that'd be Vroon, maybe Vroon and Eku. So the others would be, would you have put Inete in the dome or in the tents?
As she would.
I think
Her choice.
I think she would still be in the tent. So I'll put her in the tent here. Salida. I think Eku would have taken her into her tent. So Sorsha, Heinrich, and Gale, you are inside the dome. Eku and Laryl is still sort of keeping. Oops, we've lost someone. She'll come back.
That hasn't happened in a while, but this
That
was the
yeah,
usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we sort of lost the habit. Lost of being.
Yeah.
No worries. So I would like Vroon and Laryl to actually make perception checks.
Roll.
Okay.
How do I roll perception with?
So when you have the sheet open,
Yeah.
the character sheet, you can just click on perception. So you've got your if you click on skills perception plus 4, if you just click on perception, you should be able to throw the
Okay.
dice.
I think you have to click on the +4, but
No, no, just the perception is enough. Okay.
Oh, very good.
Oh damn.
Hot
Let's
damn,
see.
roll.
I really need to. I really need to shift all of these to. So, as you might guess, there is a encounter tonight. And it's
Oh,
loading.
Heinrich,
Yeah.
let GM plan the encounter. Is the tiny hut is we don't see the outside from the inside, right?
I will actually ask to you guys while I'm preparing the dome. Like, which color do you want actually? Because I can adapt the color to the surroundings. If you
Okay,
want,
so it's called a tiny hut, but it's actually a protective bubble.
it's a protective bubble that I can only choose who goes in and out, and for the rest, to to
Okay.
to a reference to another show, there literally you can make a bubble, and there can literally be a dragon scratching to it, for example, and it won't penetrate the barrier, for example,
Okay.
unless it's dispelled.
Yeah.
I think a grayish green would make a good camouflage.
Okay.
That-
I mean, you've got your. The thing is, it's not much use to camouflage. You do have a fire pit right next to it. So
Sure.
Yeah.
So see-through is nice also.
yeah.
Yeah, see through so that we can actually see what's happening outside.
So
Working on it.
yeah. um. So, let's see. Okay. So Vroon, as so you find yourself with Eku and Laryl sort of moving about